Hi, we are the Barnyard Hooligans, and we did our industry analysis on the fast food and restaurant industry. I am Dan Kiyama, and I defined what the fast food industry was. The fast food industry is under the NAICS code 72221, sector 72. This industry is defined as a limited service restaurant where you pay your bill before you eat. Purchases can be consumed on-site, taken out, or delivered. This is a $165.4 billion industry and is expected to grow an additional 2.1% this year. The big organizations in this industry are McDonald's, which has a market share of 12.9%, Yum Brands, which owns Taco Bell and KFC, has a market share of 9.7%, and Doctors Associates, which owns Subway and has a market share of 8.9%. Here's Charlie with growth.
The growth in the fast food industry has been negative in the last 5 years, due largely in part to the slumping economy, as well as the need of Americans wanting healthy options when they eat. However, it's expected to grow at a rate of 2% in the next 5 years, due largely in part to the fact that many restaurants will be expanding their menu options to include healthy options for its consumers to eat, as well as many restaurants expanding internationally. There is a very slow but positive growth rate in employment and revenue, due largely in part to, again, that the fact that the restaurants will be expanding internationally. Now Scott will be discussing further the stagnant growth rate in the fast food industry.
Hello, Scott. Basically, the fast food industry is facing government regulations, and they're facing a slow U.S. domestic growth in the recent years, along with competition from prepared meals at home. So the industry at its best will be as high as 2.1% growth and a negative growth rate as low as 4.5%. So basically, until the food regulations have been defined, such as the healthcare regulations and the food industry standard regulations, it's just going to be stagnant growth for years to come. And now, Stephen.
Right, I'm here to talk about the macro-environmental factors of the food industry. And it is the top 64% of consumers are in the $75,000 income bracket, which make up the majority of the market segmentation and consumption of fast food, and that includes fine dining as well, which explains why the higher income brackets affected so much, even though cheap fast food is a low income commodity. Macro-environmental factors can be split into the economy, regulatory and technological factors. The economic factors include supply chain, as in where a company will buy its raw materials from other companies to make its product. Regulatory factors like FDA and wages, and technological factors like the technology used to create the food and to store orders more efficiently. The last two factors are social demographic factors, which ties back to the wages associated with the consumption of fast food, and the competition, which can vary between the cheap fast food restaurants like drive-thrus and fine dining where you sit down and order. And I'm going to Raj with the microeconomic factors.
I'm Rajdeep, and I'm going to be talking about the customers. The fast food industry includes customers, households with income 50,000 or higher, because households with 50,000 or higher income usually spend a larger portion of their food budget on dining out. Also, areas with a higher population have a large number of establishments, and California has the largest number of establishments in the United States. Some of the suppliers for the fast food industry include the frozen food wholesale and the beef and pork wholesale. It's mainly distributed through franchising, and currently there are no labor unions, but there have been attempts made to create labor unions, but they haven't been successful. And that concludes our presentation on the fast food industry.